Are live. Hello, guys, gals, and binary pals. Welcome, non-binary pals. Excuse me.
I was saying, I think you mean non-binary.
Non-binary pals. Yes. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to another episode of Mike's campaign of Sugoi sauce. We are on episode 15, and we're very pleased for you to join us. Of course, as always, we have our regular group of intrepid adventurers: Babbage Charles, aka Jim, aka the Gnome Tinkerer, waving happily.
Hello.
We have the sexiest beard in the internet. You. It's a running joke from our other campaign that's never gonna get old. You, Jeff, the Furblog Druid. So excited to be here.
You know what? I'm gonna wear the prosthetic skin over my beard when I play now.
I am sporting my own.
David Man.
We are all. I am sporting my own.
Which will
face
make
today.
me look like, I don't know, Jay Leno if he was like a raging alcoholic. Like, wow, that massive chin is just
Giant shit.
Star, I believe you mean.
Like, how did you age 40 years and a bunch of rock bottoms so quickly?
We have Canaan.
Needle in my eye.
We have Canaan Stormblessed, aka Zach, aka the High Elf Monk. Because you know.
Robert Zadar.
Oh God, there's a reference. Holy cow! Talk about a D-list actor.
I got you, Jeff. Jeff and Mike. I just brought them back to college.
Yeah, they did.
In one phrase.
Oh my god.
We're off the rails already, folks.
I haven't thought of that in like 20 years, and it came right back.
Dude, so big face.
You know what? You know what
God.
comes to mind after hearing that name is when Littlefinger's talking to Catelyn Stark about wanting to marry, wanting her, and instead, Ned Stark comes in with the jaw of an anvil. I'm like, that's Robert Zadar.
Yeah.
And Blessed Robert the Great Bellarmine, aka the Deacon or Knowledge Cleric, because we're just trying to get their intros. It's like, what is this nonsense? Everybody wants to have fun making references. This is insane. When we last were with our heroes, they had successfully crossed a bunch of bridges, ultimately dealing with some harpies, dealing with some dinosaur birds type of things, maybe quetzalcoatls. And they had just realized, they were just entering the woods that have a whole lot of spider webs, and decided since it was nighttime they were going to rest. They woke. We find them now awake in the morning, having fully rested.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
you are all fully rested. Nothing happened overnight. I don't want to drag. I'm anxious to move the plot along, and we're already starting a little later than normal. So, everybody can put your hit points back up to full. Robert the Great Bellarmine said he is using his light spell to cast an infrared light so that all of the spiderwebs glow.
Ultraviolet.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I appreciate you correcting me on that. Ultraviolet light so that we can actually see all the spiderwebs glowing. So, I mean, the moment you do that and you're basically walking from the camp you made basically at the edge of the island, or the edge of this island, further in, it's kind of like there's a lot of stuff glowing. Like there's little spiderwebs all over the place. And like I said before, like if you just like stop and like don't move your eyes for a second, they detect all kinds of motion on the ground of like bugs, like lots of little bugs, centipedes, ants, spiders. Nothing overly menacing at this point, but there is a lot of them. As you may recall, the druid did try to speak to an spider earlier and mentioned some possibility of larger creatures further in, but we'll see what happens. So, with that, it's morning. I imagine you've all broken camp, but if you have other things you want to do before you break camp, I know the Druid of the Stars has to roll whether he's wooing or woeing.
Well, we all got to roll. I think Jim and I both have to do the portent as well.
Oh yes, everybody's portents are reset.
So, okay, so
Dark mode is new in Roll20.
Yeah, I like it. Too bad I can't do it with the character sheet.
Oh, that's amazing. That is like the best
character sheet, but
possible
the
outcome.
fonts are weird. I don't like the new font in the character sheet. Like they don't have the new fonts implemented.
Mike, that was for portents right there.
That is perfect.
Ooh,
That's amazing.
nice.
Highs and lows. That is like.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. That's
Mhm.
wonderful. You can choose to crit anything. That's fantastic.
You have that for what, a day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got to do his woo.
Cosmic
What is it?
Omen.
Woe and wheel.
Wheel.
That's the other one. Wheel and woe. That's what it is.
So while we're all hanging out and doing our thing,
Yep.
Babbage, having very little to break for camp because he's so small, grabs Paladin and begins working with him, tinkering away. And you see him reaching into his pack and pulling out a bunch of materials and chiseling and hammering and screwing stuff on the front of his crossbow. And did we set a gold value for that, Mike?
3.
We did for the other thing. Okay. And when he's all done, when all is said and done, on the front of the stock of his crossbow, coming off of 2 little arms, comes forward this V-notched sort of blast shield at the front of the bow, and he starts brandishing it, and he's like, I think this is gonna work out pretty nicely. So now when I'm standing behind it, I should be able to block incoming attacks. This is gonna be nice. And he now has this essentially buckler-sized shield on the front end of his light crossbow. And he says, "I'm gonna call this the additionally, at the front of the buckler-sized shield, a long, slender metal spiked blade, like a pointed blade, like a stiletto blade almost, is butting out of it. And he says, I'm gonna call this a shield-a-net."
Paladin, while you're like critiquing with this, thinks it's like his own little like seat. So now he just like sits on the crossbow and like leans up against the shield thing, and he's just like got his arms up and like going up for a ride.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kind of like tinks on it to make sure it's solid, and he's just like.
You said there's like a buckler with a stiletto coming out of it.
It's a shield bayonet. It's a shield-a-net I have affixed to the end of my light crossbow, so It provides a small amount of cover, and I can also use it for melee strikes.
Made of
A smattering of materials that I had in my Tinker's pack.
Is it flammable?
Well, my light crossbow in general is probably flammable, as it's got a wooden stock.
Is there anything I can do to bless it to make it stronger?
That's a question for you, I think.
Not permanently, no. I mean, you probably. I mean, I think you have spells like some spells
bless.
that you could like bless would sort of augment all things, but.
Well, it sounds like it could have some protection for more than one.
Protection for more than one?
I mean, it's just wide enough to cover the front of his crossbow.
Here, let me see if I can pull up the little MS Paint that I'll just share it with the group.
While he's doing that, Canaan, are you doing anything particular this morning?
Nope.
Okay. You.
I'm ready to go.
So there's a link in Discord chat if you guys want to see.
Yeah, I see it.
Are you doing anything in particular?
After consulting the stars, etc., I am finalizing which spells I want for today.
Okay.
One point of order. When we
Yes.
were in the forest the previous evening, do I recall if the canopy of trees was so thick as to prevent a view of the sky at any point? Or was it like mostly covered, but there were little gaps here and there?
Mostly covered, but there are gaps here and there.
So not opaque.
So, okay, so when you were in the woods, I take that back. The wood canopy itself isn't super thick, but as you get further into the woods, it's almost as if there's like a persistent fog or mist overhead.
Basically, what I'm trying to deduce and recall from last night is, am I going to come into difficulty if I take this spell and then it says, spell fails if you can't see a point in the air where the storm cloud could appear?
That will not be a problem.
Okay.
It's not like I mean, that's like if you're in an enclosed space. But I mean, like, even if you just saw fog above you,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
enough place to like create a cloud. That's fine.
Okay. I'm not quite. I'm just going through everything, but no, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Blessed Bellarmine the Great. Anything particular?
Praying, but I'm hoping all of this praying will give me something eventually.
That's how you get your spells every day.
Yeah, but there's also, one of these days I'm going to figure out if I go to a holy place in several different areas, there should be some gain.
I will keep that in mind. I imagine you're thinking of like hitting shrines
Like-
up in Diablo or something, or
like
like
a
enchantments.
pilgrimage.
Well,
Yeah,
or just like
remember there was that shrine in the there was
in town. Yep.
some sort of that's what I was thinking about. There's a lot of these little villages and things that have something going on there. But other than that, just praying we don't encounter any bigger things than the little ones scurrying around.
Gotcha. All right. So with that, everybody breaks camp. At least I'm assuming you're breaking camp. I'm not telling you what your characters are doing, but you are
Yeah,
basically where
that's
you
my
are at the
plan.
road. And with that, you're back. Basically back where you were before you broke camp last night, or went into camp last night. Breaking camp, and now you're at the top. You're at the north end of the woods.
While these guys are breaking down camp, like I would just kind of be like already broken down. I'm just kind of like using my dagger to kind of clean my fingernails. Like, you guys ready? Let's keep moving.
I'm ready here.
As if you're tinkering and he's praying.
Impatient,
Now,
want to go do things.
It's daytime now, so this light ring I should shut off, or does it stay on until it goes off?
You can. It's a cantrip, so you basically have to like recast it. I think once an hour. So I mean, it can last. You can, yeah, you can just keep casting it, uncasting it. But like, as you walk into the woods, it gets like there's almost like it certainly gets darker. Like the foliage is enough that you sort of lose some sunlight, and then as you get further in, the fog is dense enough that you're actually sort of it's almost like it's like there's a heavy cloud overhead almost
So it's
consistently.
useful.
Yes,
So
it is useful.
Are we in like ambient dim light everywhere? Is that
Essentially, yeah. So with that, I imagine. So yeah, what are y'all doing? Now that you're up and out.
Moving forward.
All right, and you have your So and then your light ring is where you see spider webs everywhere. So okay. Everybody's moving along. Let me make sure I'm just gonna grab you. Okay. So you're moving through the woods again. Bellarmine's light is it's kind of fascinating actually because the rest of you have never seen anything like this before. As you're walking through the woods, like you're seeing spider webs just sort of start to glow as he moves through, and then like as you look behind, they stop glowing once he gets a certain distance away. So it's almost just like you can have a good. You've never had quite such a clear delineating line of where his spell light actually ends. It used to just be like normally it's just light that goes dim after a while, right? But now it's like there's a very clear like you see like half of a spider web glow and then fully glow as he moves forward. So
That's
part of
clip.
yeah, part of you are just sort of like entranced by the fact that like all of these spider webs are now have this eerie glow that only exists when they're close to Bellarmine.
Is our owl bear friend doing anything?
Jeff is probably
owl.
wait, owlbear.
The owlbear and Cognan's.
You're referring to the furblog?
No, I'm just going over spells right now.
Okay.
Fur owl or
You, Jeff's
Furball.
character. No, he's
Jeff's
kind of.
character. His race is a furblog.
yeah, but he has an owl. He has a flying owl. Right?
Oh, he has like a weird owl dog fox thing, right?
Yeah.
Think of it as like the owl in Jason of the Argonauts. It's just
Right.
kind of he's showpiece unless you know that I'm actually
Is
talking
he
to him.
flying around and giving you some information about what's up ahead?
Near like that. Yes, that's his default mode. So,
So the
for the
downside
sake of not-
you realize there, is that the moment normally you'd expect him to be like 100, 200 feet up, but the moment he's more than like basically the top of the tree line, you lose him in the clouds, you lose him in the fog. So he's not actually unless he's down low with you, he's not seeing much or it. I don't know if the.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the case, like, I wouldn't have him always at max range in the clouds where he's useless. Like, no, I guess I do need to spell that out. Okay. I withdraw him so he's much closer within sight under the canopy,
Okay,
not hidden in the clouds above.
gotcha.
But not in any danger for something big to get him.
Well, worst comes to worst, I just summon a new one.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
All right, so
both me and Jeff's companions are fully replaceable.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Might
if you
just
could all,
cost
Like, I
money.
care about him, but at the same time, I'll just clone him. Magic.
Own that bugger.
Maybe I should call him Dolly instead of. Oh, and it's. If you don't mind, WHUU.
I can adjust that accordingly. Yes. Hold on. WHUU. Can I?
Have the retainers showed up yet?
I'm afraid not. No,
just
they have
checking.
not. Yeah,
I gotta keep checking,
It's
you know.
good to keep asking these questions.
Well, they have been summoned, you know.
Of course. How did I even? Oh,
I'm gonna be staying close to the front here, like
Okay.
right beside, or maybe like one step in front of Robert
All right, so we'll follow you.
Bellarmine. So yeah, but I want to stay within his close to the light, so I don't cast too many big shadows.
All right.
Oh, it's probably
Exactly, just like that. Perfect.
no.
If I move much
go.
further, there's going to be more people out of the light than just two of the party.
All right. So, so as you're marching, so Canaan's in front, Bellarmine's right behind him. Babbage and you, where are you keeping yourselves in relation to?
I'm as close to Robert the Great as I can safely be because I hate spiders and I'm not a big fan of anything that's happening around me.
Okay, and you's coming in close. All right. So this is your marching order. So you're headed south on this path, this road. It doesn't look like it's had any foot traffic in you don't know how long. I mean, there's been it's an old road that's clearly had foot traffic, but nothing recently. You do get the occasional, almost like the air feels a bit humid. Like you sometimes like it feels like it goes sprinkly for like a minute or two every once in a while. And you're walking like this for about an hour and with just again like spider webs start glowing, unglowing. Every once in a while you see like a scurry of them, like a group of them scurry off, or various different bugs. Until you ultimately arrive, and I'm probably gonna have to I'm gonna grab the Fey Owl because I'm probably have to grab him. So you ultimately arrive.
How much weight can my owl carry in its talons?
Where's my circle of light?
Hold on. I gotta.
For
I
instance,
can
if I had
answer that for you, Mike. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
end state is, can I carry a full water skin in its talons?
Oh, jeez. You were kidding with the font.
It's strength score times 15 pounds. So
45 pounds.
45
so yeah, I could hold a
pounds?
water skin.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't know if that counts for flying. Because it has to be able to generate thrust to raise its body plus 45 pounds. Like picking up off the ground is different than flying that weight.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's
I
only
would
The
like
agree.
carry rules are for PCs who are standing on terra firma.
yeah. I'm guessing. Would it be able to carry? I mean, owls can.
Whatever
pick up some pretty
DM fiat you come up with, I will accept. I just want to know what that number is.
I would say maximum twice the body weight of the average owl. Go to Google.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Owls don't weigh much.
I was gonna say 5 pounds. It's about 5 pounds. Perfect. All right, my guesstimation on weights is accurate. So yeah, 5 pounds is what who can carry.
So 5 pounds. Cool.
Yep. Oh, okay. So Bellarmine's. Wait, is this circle on right now?
His circle is not on, but there is a lit area of the map, and I don't know if it's from our vision or what.
That would be.
It is from
Might
our
I
vision.
make a counterpoint to what the owl can carry?
Go ahead.
If it's a conjuration if it's a conjuration, then like something like a mage hand can carry 10 pounds. So would it be something similar to that?
I think we're dealing with flight, and that's what's throwing things off.
Yeah, Mage Hand is specifically designed to like pick things up as magic. I'm gonna go the owl is an owl in ethereal form. It can only pick up things like an actual owl, so I'm going with the 5 pounds. But I appreciate the input. Okay, so after
Thank you,
about an
Zach.
hour of walking.
Try to get you 5 extra pounds.
No, I always appreciate trying to apply physics as best we can when it comes to magic. it brings up interesting, amusing things like when a harpy accidentally puts itself into a wall of fire and burns itself and cooks itself into a crisp. I will let these. I like.
5d8 damage.
I will let these discussions happen. So yeah, you eventually you're here. After about an hour of walking straight, you basically get to what looks to be a T or a fork in the road. I will say that this path looks borderline non-existent. So though it looks like it may actually be a path down here, you can kind of tell it almost ends immediately.
Is this an accurate representation of what we're seeing for paths?
Here, I will delete the ones that are not actually paths. That line's too much. I mean, there's a path here, clearly.
They
But,
donate.
I mean, this is a dead end. That's an actual dead end. Like, path. I mean, that's not really a thing. So, actually, we'll get rid of that one, too. So it really is just trying to be a T.
Okay.
Is there a path over here?
No, it's pretty much just the path. I mean, it looks like there's the start of something, but you can kind of tell it dead ends pretty quickly. So there's basically east and west are your options here.
Noted.
So can our owl fly around and
Stop! Canadian.
Scouting ahead.
Ah,
As soon
jeez.
as I see something, I freeze.
So you don't get surprised, and everybody's within.
I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah,
Everybody's fine, but like your spear basically goes off the moment you step there, because there's a lot of, lots of little critters. So you can all roll for initiative, because
I'm just
there's
gonna ask that I aggro them.
Oh my.
essentially.
Situation suddenly got all hairy-legged.
I throw my hand up. Hold! I think it's about to get ugly. Cue battle music.
I don't think you gave me access to Paladin's character sheet.
Oh, really? Hold on.
All I see is the bio and info.
Is he under...
Mike, we had established that who goes on the same turn as me, right? Just for
No, I think it's the opposite. I believe
No, he has
familiars
his own.
have their own initiative.
Oh, it can be edited and controlled by...
I just don't like slowing down combat. Oh, what?
I appreciate that, but yeah, he's got his own. All right, you should be able to edit it now. All right, where was
It's loading.
That's a manual roll, right? I don't see anything that.
Yeah, it'll probably have to be, or I can hold on.
What are the Is it just +1 from a dex mod? How do owls only have a dex bonus of +1? That makes.
I thought there was a way to add. Oh, add turn. There it is. Sorry, I'm in a different layer. What did you roll for initiative?
I haven't yet. I'm just. Is the only modifier to initiative for the dex bonus of +1?
Yes.
Okay. I had them selected. I don't. Oh, because I didn't actually roll initiative. So there we go. Cool.
Are each one of these multiple insects or
Yes.
centipedes or
Each one of these is
spiders?
a small swarm.
Oh, they're all
Are they-
swarms.
A
Are they
swarm.
all arachnids?
Oh,
No. No, they are not.
Hmm.
You're up.
Can you turn into an Ichneumon wasp?
Sadly, I cannot wild shape into anything that can take flight. I'm not high enough level yet.
That's too bad because you could eat all of them.
It's a
Oh, I
nice, it's a
could.
nice thought. The knowledge cleric dropping as much knowledge as he can to
Wait.
try to help the situation.
Wait. Could I, because it doesn't involve flight, could I turn into cordyceps and just infect the whole hive?
I mean, that's a long,
Like a long
that's
game,
the
huh?
long game, yeah.
we'll wait here for a few days while it infects the colony.
No, we're dealing with.
All right, what are you up to?
Not an anteater. Could he?
Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I've been staring at something else for a moment. Okay, so I see the swarm. Like they just appeared. What triggered it?
It's more like, so as Kanadin stepped up forward, basically, like, he's not, I mean, nothing obvious, but it seems as if you see, like, a group or a coalition of, or, like, basically groups and coalitions of, coalition? I don't know why I keep saying that. Coalescing, essentially, into, like, a mass that is now moving toward you all with intent. That doesn't
Are
look
they
friendly.
moving directly toward us, or are they trying to follow these paths? Are they going here?
Looks like they're moving toward you,
to me.
the group. And although,
Okay, so they're
in fact, most of them look
beelining-
like they may be going toward Kanadin.
I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand the terrain and the paths. Like, that's more cosmetic than functional.
At this point, yeah.
Okay. This matters for the spells that I'm gonna whip out here. So
Fair enough.
If I can cast light, can I make it laze?
ooh,
No.
ooh.
I appreciate the thought, but no. It is
Ooh.
not, you cannot focus it to the point where it is then radiation that's
Now, I
damaging.
might be able to construct a series of lenses and mirrors that we can focus
Mike,
your light, but that would take some
I'm-
time.
And this
I'm
conversation
about
is
to
going
drop.
way longer than 6
I'm about
seconds.
to drop some miracle grow all over here.
Okay.
So
Oh, jeez, 100-foot radius. Good lord. So pretty much the entire.
I'm trying to give us some time to figure out what's the actual best way. I mean, could cast a firewall, but things could just light up real quick, and I don't
100
want to engulf us in a raging inferno.
I mean,
It's the
100
entire-
Stank.
It's
pretty
the
much
entire
the
screen.
entire map, yeah.
The furthest point from where you're standing on the map is 80 feet away.
Yeah. So. Okay.
So it's double difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Alrighty.
All
Are you sure you don't want to just enrich the soil for a year?
right, so that happened. Okay. So I'm not gonna.
You're on my scheme. I'm trying to grow crops in the middle of a forest because no one else is there to.
In the middle of.
Sorry, can I understand if not. Can I retcon and say that I move up here to try to get like in the middle of everyone first and then cast the spell? Because I actually won't be able to do that if I cast first and then move.
I mean, does it make a difference? The entire map is.
Yeah, it's
is
not gonna
affected.
really make much of a difference.
Well, it kind of does actually.
Unless your positioning is what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can put yourself there first. That's fine.
Okay.
Noted.
Yeah. So what you do is you see the furball like run forward, and then just kind of starts eyeballing all around, like, oh, we're surrounded, and just summoning all the plants to just, and then you just see vines.
Yeah,
All
so
over
like
the
the
place.
whole area around you all basically just like vines and different
I feel
plant
like
life.
Aurora.
It just sort of just all reaps up out of the ground, and like suddenly everywhere you want to walk, there's nowhere that's flat ground anymore, and you've got brambles and everything everywhere. So that happened.
I don't know if it was the best plan, but it was a plan.
Such a funny spell. Casting time 1 action or 8 hours.
8 hours.
Why are these the same spell? Will you be doing anything else with your turns there, you?
I think I've done enough.
Kanadin.
Well, it's the same amount of gunpowder. It's just, is it in a firecracker, or did you just spread it out over a large area?
Yeah.
Slow burn or a quick explosion?
Right, just funny. Kanadin.
Yeah, so I
You
see
now
them,
have
I see them
brambles
kind of run up
everywhere.
behind me, and like all of these brambles just poof up in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I hope you can undo this.
What is the duration on this?
It's
Instantaneous. It's just, this is a thing that exists now. Alright.
Alright, so, I mean, does that disengage us from combat?
No.
Okay, well, then I will get in a fighting position, and, you know, instead of using my fists, I'm going to have to use open hands, and instead of punching, I'm going to clap.
Alright.
So I will hold my action for when I see bugs, and I will clap them.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright.
I'll save my attack for that.
These are all, okay.
I imagine punching a swarm of bees is going to be difficult. What's wrong with you guys?
Alright. Okay, so you're holding your action. Got it. Alright,
Punch
so
a bee in the face.
there.
The dinko.
There.
Punch a bee in the face.
There. There.
And
They're moving
DK Lounge.
slowly. Oh wait, you move. Okay, and then
Is a swarm affected by difficult terrain in the same way?
depends on the swarm. They're all. Oh, whoops. Why aren't you? No, whoops. Oh, that's fine. So yeah, a lot of them seem to be converging on your position, Kaden, but some of these swarms do actually seem to be affected by the amount of growth, although the spider ones, not so much. Paladin has an initiative.
Yeah, just
All
like the owl does.
Got it. What is Paladin doing?
I mean, he's not gonna do much at the moment, but he may have to do something later. So for now, Paladin remains on my shoulder and notices that my eyes are getting big as I'm freaking out. But I'll do the rest of that on my turn.
You see Paladin's eye like it takes its hands, it's trying to make the eye go like larger just to like match like starts to take pieces like, do I need to make my eye bigger? Like, how does this work? Who? Jeff, your owl's up.
Okay, so
Am I in the turn
how
orders?
tall is this overgrowth?
He is not. Dad never got an initiative on there.
What
I
did he roll?
thought I cast it too.
He rolled it, but he didn't have his token selected, so we need to add a 415 turn for him.
Okay, I can do that. That's easy.
Which is fine. He'll come right after the owl anyway, so we haven't missed anything.
I'm just moving you so I can get to the actual thing. There we go. All right. Thank you. All right. So is who doing anything?
How tall is this overgrowth? It says how wide it is, but I can't see anything that says how tall it is.
I'm gonna say it's about 5 feet tall. Or no, we'll see. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. If it's gonna quarter your movement, it's gotta be pretty substantial. So I'm gonna.
Poor Babbage Charles. You know, I'm just gonna have Who hover just a bit above me and use
I
his
think the
keen
height-
hour.
I think the height is controlled based on what plant life you're overgrowing, like because it takes the existing plants and overgrows them. So if it's grass, then it would be overgrown grass. But if it's trees, then it would be spread branches. If it's hedges and bushes, then it would be overgrown hedges and bushes. So I think that's why there's no height specified.
Yeah, so
It's
I'm gonna
based
say
on
in
what
the
you're growing.
paths you've got. Okay, so I'll say in the paths, like, because the root systems goes like through the paths. So like roots came up. So I'll say on the paths themselves, it's like a foot, but everywhere else it's like just indents all the trees. So we'll say, hold on, where's we'll say so. So yeah, like along there, it's only like a foot tall, but everywhere else it's um, shorter, or I guess thicker.
Thicker and taller, not on the paths.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna have this guy attack. I'll just have him hovering pattern above me. So
Okay.
you know, in case anything else tries to pop in.
Gotcha. 15, 7, 10. All right, Bellarmine, you're up.
Spiritual weapon, is that does that take one of my actions?
It takes a bonus action, yes.
All right, so I'm going to cast spiritual weapon in the thick of them, right about maybe here. I don't know if you can see what I just did.
There.
Right about here,
Okay. Got it.
and then
I'm gonna turn this down to.
I'm going to attack the. I'm going to move to here, and attack this closest one with the warhammer.
Okay, hold
I
on.
think you moved too far.
So yeah, because you can only move 10 feet because of just how dense the foliage is, so you can only
All
get
right,
to
so
one spot back.
I'll move 10 feet, but the warhammer should be able to reach that far, right?
I'm
Sure.
afraid. Let's see. He was here, yeah.
Yeah, 10 feet. Put them next to you.
So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, your warhammer can't reach any of the spiders, but your spiritual weapon can. So you
So
can.
I will. So I can activate that now, or do I have to wait till the next turn?
Nope, you can swing it right now.
All right, so I'll swing it now.
Which one of these are you attacking?
Well, there was the one it was closest to at the moment, but it just moved.
Ah, this one. Okay, got
Okay.
it. Yep.
All right.
There we go. That will definitely connect.
Go for damage.
Hang on. I gotta find what I click on.
In the chat
How come I
window.
don't see it? Wait a minute. Give me a second. There
Yep.
we go.
Excellent.
8 force damage.
Very nice. All right. The swarm of centipedes gets hit by a floating spiritual hammer of sorts. Okay, so you moved. You don't have a crossbow you could use, do you?
I
Or he
do.
does? You could attack with that instead, since you can't.
Yep. I'm gonna go grab it right now.
Okay.
Right
And let me
there.
know which target you'll be shooting at.
The same one.
Okay. The 14 connects, so you can do the same thing you did there for damage. 5. Okay. Got it. All right. Okay. And that is Bellarmine's turn. Action, bonus action, and movement.
That looked like a swarm of centipedes, though.
It is, in fact, what it is. Babbage.
Babbage sees all these creepy crawlies emerge from the forest and converge on our location. He freaks out and tries to run close to Robert. In his panic, doesn't realize that roots and branches and brambles have sprung up out of nowhere, and trips and sprawls out on the floor right here. While on the ground, he rummages through his pockets and, maintaining some amount of wits, uses a bonus action to convert one of his flame affect engines to lightning.
Okay. That'll work, sure.
And
that was
if
pound.
there's enough movement left, I'd like to try and stand up, but if not, that's fine. I'll be on the ground.
No, you're staying on the ground for now.
Fine.
Okay. Back to the top of the order. You. Ponders his options.
Got to be some kind of creature that eats bugs.
Okay.
Meganuria? No, that's an actual bug.
Well, there could be bugs that eat bugs. Newman wasp would do a number on these.
Still contemplating, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm just geometry and timing.
Okay.
Luckily, plant growth is not concentration, which makes it.
Yes.
So it looks like they're still continuing the path forward, right? Like if you were to extrapolate, they're not all funneling in front of us. They're converging from all sides as they were, even if it's very difficult terrain.
Yes.
Then, not wanting to play cluster bomb too early, I'm just gonna.
Can you turn into a Megatherium?
What's that?
Can you turn into a Megatherium?
Megatherium?
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
It's an extinct, basic giant sloth that fed on a huge amount of bugs.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
They weigh about 4 tons. And they're about 20 feet in length from head to
Did they
tail.
eat giant avocados?
Giant avocados?
Yeah, didn't they eat avocados? Like, isn't that their
I mean, I'm sure
thing?
I'm sure they could.
How do I erase
something.
You gotta click on it with your mouse cursor selected, and then
Okay.
it might involve zooming
I'm
in.
gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Oh, I got those. Okay.
Oh, damn it! I forgot to do this last time. Bonus action. I'm gonna transform.
Got it.
Oh,
You're in starry form again.
So, yeah, starry form
Hey,
of
bears?
Archer.
Bears eat bugs.
Bellarmine just like keeps looking at the druid like, why aren't you changing into an animal? I don't understand.
They're omnivorous.
Would I be a hypocrite if I wild shaped into a bear while a bear ate salmon and honey and other animal byproducts, but then came back to being a druid who's purportedly vegan?
I mean, I would posit that as a druid, you'd want to maintain the natural order. So if you are a specific beast, you'd want to eat that beast's diet. You know?
Whoever put this idea out there that this druid's vegan, even if it was me, I'm not happy with that.
I mean, it's your character.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
I'm confident it wasn't me actually.
Oh, fuck you into eating meat.
That was very reactive role playing rather than like, wait a second here.
But I mean, that's a part of the fun of the game, right?
Yes. All right. So those 4 swarms of critters are glowing. Kanadin.
All of them, huh?
Okay. Can I?
I mean, there's no. Is there a spell?
Can I reach any of them?
Oh, there is a dex save. Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second. I didn't realize I needed.
You
to
just
actually...
had to open your mouth, Jeff.
Let's see. 12...
DC 16.
Why are they saving at advantage?
They're not. At least
No.
they're not supposed to be.
It just
I'm not...
roll advantage.
Yeah.
But it's the first roll.
Spiders.
Don't ruin this for me.
They're all effective.
All right. Yeah. So they're all. Yep. Okay. I'm sorry, Kaden. You were saying?
Yeah, can I? Excuse me. Can I reach any of them?
Not without moving.
You don't have reach on your spear?
I do not. It's not technically a pole arm,
Correct.
I believe, but
Dungeons and Dragons spears are a bit nerfed compared to real spears.
The property says range.
Oh yeah. What throw it? I think.
I can throw. I can throw.
The properties are range, thrown, and versatile.
Well, even with very, very
The
difficult
range
terrain,
property means you get 10 feet.
Zach,
That's what
you can
range
still
does.
move one square basically and have a little move left over.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I have a lot of movement. 45, so that gives me what? 10 feet?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
45.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm confusing range and reach.
Yes,
Never
you
half
are.
of half.
My apologies.
Yeah, half of half. So what? 45 would be 25 divided by 2.
22 rounded down, 11, so effectively
Yeah.
10.
Effectively 10. Okay. Yeah, that's
two
fair.
squares.
All right, I just gotta say, like, guys, I'm not sure I can be too much help here, and I kind of step over swarm here, and just instead of I'm gonna use my my unarmed attacks, but instead of like swinging fists, I'm just gonna open hand try to swat at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's glowing, so you
Question.
have advantage on all these attacks. Yes.
Does Zach now have fairy fire on him because he was not in the square when it was cast?
No,
Right?
it's not a
So-
persistent thing. When
So
it
it's
happens,
only-
it gets.
It states any creature in the area when the spell is cast.
So the square's gone. The fairy fire has occurred, and now, yeah, he's fine.
So they're glowing. Okay, I just
Yep.
wanted to make sure.
So I'll use my my 2 attacks.
Yep.
And you're
27
attacking.
hit.
Zach, you're attacking. No, that one
You
hits.
are attacking at advantage. You should roll advantage because you might be critting.
Yes, you may crit.
So that's one attack.
Yes.
Okay, it's 1 attack.
Turn on
Well, just-
advantage. You know how to do that in your sheet?
Yes, I can.
Toggle it. Yeah.
Toggled.
All right, it's 1 attack.
And then do attacks.
2 attacks.
Oh, that's nice.
And have I reduced the number of insects
Significantly.
appreciably?
Yeah, more than half.
All right, so then I'm not going to flurry and blows, and just use my bonus action to smack again.
You know, if we had cans of bug spray to distribute, we could
That
become
hits.
a rating.
Yeah, you successfully.
I could run up a black flag.
Well played.
The Jolly Roger.
You managed to smack enough. You managed to basically squish and utterly scatter enough of the spiders that the swarm itself is just disperses and is gone.
Dispersed.
Yep.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
With that though, this one will come to you. This one will come to you. This one will get. Actually, this one's gonna.
I fear I may have reminded Mike that swarms exist when I threw swarms of fish at him.
Oh no, the centipedes can. I take that back. The centipedes can only go there. Da, 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 da. All right. Let's see. The monk with an AC of 19.
Oh,
Ooh, one actually connects. Look at that. For
Ow!
that's
Why does
What?
that
why
can-
does one connect?
Oh, ties go to the defender. I'm
Attack
sorry.
is the
Yeah, that
defender.
doesn't hit.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
Later.
So never mind that. But yeah, that doesn't actually connect. I apologize. It should be. I'm looking for 20s, not 19s. And then the centipedes. Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
That also doesn't
has
connect.
that?
Swarm of spiders on Bellarmine. Nope. And that's the critter's turn. I don't know why somebody rolled a d10. Paladin. I'm assuming he's not doing much.
Paladin is going to try and help me to my feet because he wants his perch back.
Being 1 foot tall and basically being shorter than the actual roots that you're tripping over, that proves challenging.
Yeah, I mean,
Woo!
Paladin's
Or who?
ineffective, but he's trying.
Yes, he is trying. He seems somewhat actually more than anything like he looks over at the spiders that are attacking Bellarmine and just kind of like, and then goes to pick you up. Goes to pick you up like I don't understand.
I guess that's happening.
Who? Jeff?
Yoo-hoo.
Nothing.
Attempting to be useful.
Owls eat bugs, right?
I don't know if I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, I
mostly
suppose I
mice,
could have.
mostly rodents.
Even if I hit, it's 1 damage, which I know
I know.
marginally might be useful. So I'm just no. He's my bud. He's
I
a
mean,
pair of eyes and a pair of wings.
there are ones that are very fired. He could crit for 2.
Not worth the risk.
Bellarmine.
Once again, I'm gonna use the spiritual weapon
Very
against
good.
that same one.
Got it.
So let me hit that.
Ooh.
That is, fortunately for you, it's fairy fired, so you can roll that again.
Oh, fair.
Oh, I hit it again.
Yeah, because you rolled a
Yeah,
1, but you got to
second
roll
roll
at
advantage.
advantage, so you can roll a second time.
Let me find it. I moved on to the other place.
Yep. That'll work.
Hey.
For 12, thus causing that particular batch of yuckies to then disappear.
Word.
Dink.
And so I'm going to see the ones next to me.
Yep.
Those I'm going to swing with the warhammer.
Got it.
Well, it's
And
just
I'm
the
going-
one because the other one is paladin.
Yeah, no, he knows.
Those as in the swarm.
I thought it was a swarm of them, but that's
No,
all
there's
right.
one right
Yeah.
next to you. Yep.
All right, and I'm going to do it two-handedly.
Got it. Yep, that's a 3. I'm afraid that misses. He rolls a 3, and that one is not fairy fired, so
unfortunate.
that your hammer unfortunately does not seem to. You squish like 1 bug, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on the actual.
So I don't hit it again.
You do not
No.
know.
And that was two-handed. Huh. And
It just
and
means
all-
two-handed means that
You just
if you
rolled-
do hit, you'll
You
do
just
more.
rolled poorly.
You
That's
have a
all.
higher chance of doing damage.
On a d20, you rolled a 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Babbage.
Babbage picks himself up off the ground.
So there's nothing else I can do, right?
Unless you want to move.
Nah, because they're not going to do much to me. Heavy armor.
Yep. Babbage.
Babbage picks himself up off the ground. And and in his hatred of all things with carapaces, hucks a lightning powered affect engine to the center of that circle that I've drawn.
Got it.
And then pulls Paladin over to here, underneath the owl.
Under the owl?
Well, it's the same space where the owl is. And ends his turn.
Which then
At which
triggers.
point, the lightning affect engine explodes.
Zach,
Dex
you have to
saving throw?
roll a dexterity save DC 15.
That's totally fine. Let's post that real quick.
Spiders.
Phenomenal.
Fail. What's the 15? So that one's
50.
Okay.
So does Babbage have a chitin allergy?
Babbage doesn't like things that have too many legs.
I turn to Babbage and kind of grin and like nod, like nice.
Oh, you have evasion, so you don't actually take any damage.
I
Fantastic.
take my damage.
This swarm of spiders.
Should be 5. Should be 5 rolls.
Yep, and then. So those two
Alright,
take
well,
half.
25 to the fails and what was it? 12
Oh,
to the
25.
saves. Yeah.
I'm glad you clarified that. Tink. Hold on. How many passed this thing? Just okay. So you only took.
Unbelievable. The Russians are shelling the Ukraine nuclear plant right now. Oh my goodness.
That's
boy.
really dumb. Oh no, actually, I understand why they're doing that. I take that back. Awful, but I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're taking out the power sources.
Yep.
Wow, knocked a few of them out there. Yeah.
So it's 25, 12?
Yes. There we go. That makes more
I would
sense.
think the rest of them observed this and were so frightened they ran off into the woods.
That implies they're smart enough to be frightened. You're up. Oh wait, did I skip? No, Babbage. All right, top of the round.
Well, I'm gonna do a couple things here. The one that's directly in front of me that has fairy fire still
Yep.
on it. I'm gonna give him a one of rolls.
Fortunately for you, the 14 connects.
Excuse me.
Still going?
Nope.
No, he did.
No, he did.
I say
he
you he did.
My movement score is 30. That means half of half is effectively 5, right?
Yes.
For one square?
Your movement speed is 40, you said?
No, 30.
30.
Oh, 30. 15, 7.5, yeah, 5.
Oh, I can't
Well then,
change.
I'm going to bring this little bugger on a ride with me, but this is a normal attack.
What are you attacking? Everything around you is dead.
No.
Oh,
Because
thorn whipping. Got it. All right, you're pulling him. Okay, and then
pulling him closer.
by how much? 10?
I believe so, assuming that's before... That happens before there's terrain penalties, so I don't know how that plays out.
That's a good question. If the attack hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing, and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer than you. I mean...
Oh, yeah, it doesn't use its movement, so it's just a pull.
Yeah, I'm gonna allow it. So,
If it
okay.
used its movement, then it would provoke attacks of opportunity, but it would be affected by movement debuff.
Alright, so the 15 hits. It's been pulled. And it does how much damage?
He didn't roll
About
that.
to find out.
There we go.
7. Alright, very good. Will you be doing anything else there, you?
Move, action, bonus action.
Cannon.
Can I see the swarm here?
Yeah. I mean, you certainly just saw the thorn whip basically somehow manage to grab a bunch of tiny little bugs and pull them closer. Magic!
Magic. Alright, so then I will move up to it
Got it.
and start smacking.
Pummel it out of existence. Yep.
Actually, I don't need advantage anymore. Let me turn that off.
Well, the 24 definitely hits for 11. Still going. 21 hits for 10. No longer going.
Ceased to go.
I'm out of movement, so I guess I can't really do much else. Good to me.
So Bellarmine makes an excellent point in that like lightning strikes sort of will actually cause these things to scurry off out of existence on their turn. And we are out of combat.
And we got to decide which way we're moving. Left or right. Can
we
I
are
say,
literally
can I say
literally
some
not
sort
out
of
of
a
the woods.
perception prayer that would help me discern which way to go?
I mean, there are spells that you can use to sort of.
But do I have them? Let's see. Hang on.
I'd have to
I
look
think
at
I do.
Point
I
of
have
order: the plant growth is still in effect, so we
Yep,
really
it's
can't do much to it.
there. That's why I put it on the map because it's there forever.
I mean, the most you could do is augury, but that has a cost to it.
What about guidance?
When you
Guidance
say
helps with a
cost, you
specific
mean
cast.
spell component cost, right?
Yeah, which means you actually have to physically have the thing that it uses up.
Oh, yeah, augury is what you're looking for in the context of what you're saying, but there's a requirement to cast the spell, which is listed in its components.
I'm looking for that.
It's specially marked sticks, bones, or smaller tokens worth at least 25 gold pieces. It's like, functionally, it's like casting lots or throwing bones or like a fortune teller.
Let me see what I got. I've gotten a lot of stuff.
Do you have some specially marked
I mean-
sticks or twigs or bones that are worth 25 gold pieces?
I mean, does anybody else? Okay. I mean, so Bellarmine's discussing which way to go. I don't know if there's other thoughts on this from the rest of the group.
I would say, I would venture a guess that before we discuss it, we first get our way out of the Eagle Scout project and waiting to happen, and then we're in a clearing.
Listen, you. Can you undo this in any way?
No, this is
Very
just
matter of factly, the starry formed furblog.
No.
No.
No, I can't.
Almost confused as
Why
to
would
like.
you want to?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jeff. Confused as to like
Just like-
why.
I just kind of like roll my eyes and start slugging towards this, like towards the split in the road here,
Okay.
pushing my way through.
When you say that, Canadin, you looks at you and he says, "Quit your vining."
And then I do that thing from Predator where I grab a vine and take a machete and then cut it and
Hey,
drink the water out of it.
Do you have a
all
machete?
right. So sluggishly moving forward, and then
I will
once
use
we're
my spearhead. I don't even have
I
a
didn't know
dagger.
if that was going to be a bigger fight or not, because I was about to drop a wall of fire, but that would have been overkill.
That would have been potentially deadly for all of us.
Yeah, overkill.
Well, also the woods.
Again, overkill.
We have to remove brambles, right?
We're just moving through them, I guess.
We can just move through them. We don't actually have to cut them down. Just
Yeah, but we got to figure out whether we're going left or right yet.
well, I don't know if you say that out loud or that's.
We need to figure out if we're going left or right yet. Do I have enough perception to? I've got the knowledge of the ages, and
I start trailblazing forward.
Give me a second there, Bellarmine. Where's... I can't just show this to one person, can I? Oh, actually, yes, I can. I think. Yes.
Just put it in that player's journal instead of show players.
Oh, sorry.
And then like whisper them to say this is in your journal.
I think I just had something pop up on your screen there, Bellarmine.
yeah,
Okay.
which leads me to believe that we probably need to go to the west.
It's fine by me. I just want to get out of these spider webs. I don't care which way we go. I'm tempted to go north.
My problem is I don't remember where we're going now. Does anybody know where we're going?
We're trying to find the thing, which is to the west end of the dark forest.
Yeah, so I would say we go to the west.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
All right.
Sorry, is that what we've all been deliberating while I've been sitting on all these spider webs? I could have told you that.
So we're all
Thank you.
moving through the woods west. Is that accurate?
I hope so.
Yes.
As far as I understand.
I lost the map I just had up. Don't know where the heck it went.
I mean, you can get to it under, I think, plot items in the newspaper tab, similar to the chat tab. You should be able to see it there. All right, so after about, yeah, there's a good, after trudging through roughly 50, 60 feet of bramble, you finally get out to a part of the path that's not completely overgrown, and it looks very similar to the path you were on for the last hour. Just now you're headed west. Although, outside of the, and if any of your characters don't particularly have a decent sense of direction, it all looks the same, really.
You know where we're going.
Well, if we lose our sense of direction, I can send the owl above the clouds and say, "Where's the sun?" and have him fly back down and tell me.
There you go. All right. Where? All right. So, okay, you're moving through the woods again. You get out of the brambles, and then as you're going further in, it seems to slowly get just a little bit darker. You walk for about another, we'll say about 2 hours at this point, and then you eventually come across what appears to be a bridge, and like all the woods are very similar to this. Oh, hold on. I forgot to. Well, that's all right.
More bridges.
I don't know how far
Still
you
haven't. No, we buried a bridge. Stored it till later.
Thanks to Bellarmine's light spell, you do see what looks like the out, as opposed to a lot of what spiderwebs which have been tiny and like kind of in the woods. As you walk up to this point, the thing that sort of sticks out to you is that this particular web that you can see thanks to Bellarmine's glowing is like across the road, like, and it's like it's a much larger web than you're used to seeing than you've seen up
Like
to
a
this
cargo
point.
net.
Essentially, yeah. That's now glowing because of Bellarmine's. Yeah.
How thick is this woods? Can we go around it?
I mean, the woods are kind of dense at this point, but you could theoretically go around it, yeah. I don't know why. Oh.
Where did you say
I
it
know
was?
why.
Somewhere around here?
Say again?
Where did you say it was? Somewhere around here?
Can you not? Hold on.
I cannot.
Is it on the GM layer instead of the?
Aha. Oh, you know what? I did that on purpose. Dink.
Ah. Oh boy.
Yeah, that is glowing.
All right, hold.
Babbage swallows hard and takes a step forward.
All right, and then at this point,
So Bellarmine's
Oh.
moving forward and
Oh,
around
my.
the webbing.
going around it. We're gonna try to skip this thing.
As opposed to what? Walking into it? Of course we want to skip it.
Well, yeah, but the owner of this is clearly somewhere.
Yeah, let's not find that out.
Fine. Keep slogging around then.
I
Okay.
hate this, I hate this, I hate
Wood.
this, I hate 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 this. Babbage is chanting.
I make sure to keep pace with Babbage.
That's fair.
I need my
Bellarmine
lights
appears
back.
to be waiting. Say again?
I need my light circle back, so I know how
Oh,
to get it.
I can fix. Yeah, hold on a second. I will happily arrange that. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Nope. There you go.
I changed the frequency to a camera red, so it's not seen by anything but higher level hominids.
Okay.
I don't want to alert any creatures to light.
Got it.
But we can see it's like where you got a red light, you know.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yep. Okay. All right. So you're all on the other side of the giant web.
Babbage, not expecting the light to change colors suddenly, emits a shriek of shock and looks behind him.
Yeah,
Assuming obviously that the red light is coming from a giant alien-like spider monster that has appeared in its web. He turns to see his impending doom, of course. And
because I just said I changed the frequency of the light to make it red.
So Bellarmine explains to you what he did.
Oh, okay. Ah, jeez, Louise. Thanks for telling me that. I hate this place.
And the poor owl is way behind us.
Oh, it's up and about. It's fine.
Back in my workshop.
Yeah.
All right, so you're at the bridge.
Who's the best person capable to inspect the bridge to make sure it's not cruddy?
Probably be me.
Oh. Well,
No? Oh, no, duh, of course. Sorry, I'm thinking, sorry.
well, fine then.
Oh.
I
No,
sent Paladin
right.
across first.
I stepped back, said, nope, you're right, Babbage. That is my bad. Go on.
All
Right
right,
ahead.
Babbage, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
I am doing a civil engineering inspection of the.
Please make an investigation check.
Yeah. Phenomenal. I hate spiders. I hate spiders so much.
You are so utterly distracted. You are convinced that there's actually webbing that's holding the thing together, and you refuse to set foot on this bridge.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's basically a web that's been disguised as a bridge, and as soon as we touch it, there's gonna be giant arachnid claws coming out from under this. It's like a troll, but it's a spider. It's a spider troll.
How big is that chasm? How deep is that chasm? Is it over water or death drop?
No, this is an actual stream.
Okay. Can I tell how deep the stream is?
It's dark and murky, so no, you can't tell.
It's a darn water spider. There's a water
Is it
spider
raging
there.
or is it like trickling?
It's a very slow move.
Okay. Yeah. So then,
send Paladin over.
so then I look at I look at Babbage. I kind of roll my eyes. The bridge.
I sit under the tree and I fold my arms. And Paladin sits next to me, looks at me, and then folds his arms.
I'll baloney with this. I'm going over.
You successfully crossed the bridge.
I do one of these. Come on.
Come on, you dunderhead. Let's keep moving.
What are you doing through all this?
He's standing there so I can climb on his shoulders. I'm not touching this thing.
Just trying to climb him.
I'm just trying to climb the fur block.
All right, I will begrudgingly crouch down.
So
You are so difficult.
he's climbing you, and the Paladin's climbing him.
Oh yeah, it's like a totem pole of awful.
What's the owl doing? Shaking his head?
You know, running doing owl loops, little owl loops.
All right. So Babbage, I want you to make a. All right. So you're halfway across the bridge, and now that you're physically over the bridge, Babbage, I want you to make a Constitution saving, a Wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
So okay, Babbage is like almost panicking on top of you, Jeff. I want you to make a athletics check to see if you drop the poor guy.
I need to make a what?
Athletics. Make an athletics check with a DC of, he's tiny, 12. Okay, so like Babbage just like scrambling, but like kind of like a little kid. You're able to like put your arms back and like catch him before he actually like falls off and like get across the bridge and drop him down basically as soon as you're off the bridge.
This place stinks.
And Paladin somehow manages, like, despite the fact that, like, Babbage is like almost sideways and caught. Like Babbage or Paladin somehow manages to stay upright and on top of him, almost like he's walking on top of like a ball that's rolling. Some sort of like cartoon animation of just like walking backwards and somehow staying on top, and just looks very confused as to what all is happening.
It's phenomenal.
Everything I know tells me that this is the last bridge before Deadwatch.
Okay,
So let's go.
fine. Oh, for crying out loud! I'm just not doing it. I sit down in the path. I fold my arms again. And I'm sulking.
Who's the biggest? Who's the biggest one of us?
I am.
You.
Definitely the
So you pick him up and throw him over your shoulder and carry him.
When he sits down, I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame, but I'm just gonna hold it. I'm not actually attacking with it.
Okay.
So, come now, little one. If you sit here long enough, they will come for you. Follow me.
If we go further in, they're gonna be there. It doesn't matter. Might as well just not risk it.
Think about all the tinkering you can do by not sitting here.
I can sit here and tinker
For how long?
till the giant spider that owns these webs comes and eats all of us up.
He's going to be a tinker stinker.
Bellarmine, you think you see some movement in the trees near you?
Uh-huh. Well, I can't do much. I'm at the edge of the world here.
What?
Unless there's... Yeah, I'm... Oh, no, I'm not at the edge. I thought I was. Okay. Well, there was a net on that side. There was a net on this side, so I think we need to move a little closer to it and see if there's anything going to appear. Are you guys all frozen?
Yeah, it was bad enough. There was little spiders, and there was swarms of spiders, and some made this giant web, but it's not little spiders. I just don't want to do this anymore.
So can I cast Spiritual Weapon, have it ready?
Yeah, you can just have it. You can cast the spell and have your spiritual weapon just floating around next to you. Sure.
Well,
It does only last for a minute.
But I'm going to cast it in the center of the net. So I might
Okay.
be able to destroy the net with it, you know. The web.
All right. So you're going to cast spiritual weapon, and you are now attempting to destroy the net with it.
I'm not yet.
Okay.
I want to see what moves out of those trees. Or from under the net.
Okay. So spiritual weapon is now. All right. So you've now cast spiritual weapon.
Right, so should I do that now?
You tell me. I'm just going off of what if this is happening
No,
or not. I don't know.
I'm saying it's not cast yet until I cast it.
Okay. So now it's cast. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. So spiritual weapon is now floating in the middle next to this spider web.
Okay.
Is anybody else doing anything while this is happening?
I'm going to move around the spider web to here.
Okay. Fair enough. Kaden, what are you up to?
He got around it.
Yeah. Although he now has a floating spiritual hammer in the middle of it.
Okay, I will try to go around it, staying outside of that.
You?
I will follow the same. Well, still holding the Produce Flame.
Yep.
I look back at Babbage Charles and I say, "Best not to split up."
You guys stink.
You better come. You'd only be a mouthful.
And then I start to move, assuming that Babbage Charles is moving with me.
Yeah, I see the wisdom in not splitting up. I'm just throwing a tantrum. I'm not actually an imbecile.
We're just harassing you. We actually don't dislike you.
All right. You managed to get around to that. And as you slowly progress further forward, you don't come across any other large webs. Well
Oh,
done.
thank goodness.
Well done, not
Can I move
disturbing
the
the webs.
spiritual weapon now to the edge of the map?
I mean, you can, but by the time you start walking toward the edge, it's sort of. You've expended about the minute of it, so it doesn't last very long. And with that, you take about another hour of walking. Well, actually, a couple hours at this point. This piece takes a bit longer. But you don't come across any more large webs. A couple of. You think you start to see a swarm here or there, so you all kind of a bit jumpy, but nothing ever actually coalesces to attack you until finally you see what looks like the edge of the woods, even though it's still misty and dark, and it's kind of hard to tell what time of day it is.
As soon as I see the edge of the woods, I start making a break for the edge of the woods.
All right, well then you end up here.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't bring the bridge.
I
thought that was
did
the
not.
last bridge. Dead end and cave entrance, huh?
So who's gonna go back for the bridge?
Can we build another one?
I sit right here.
Can we build another one from the trees and woods? A little rustic, but you know.
You can bring me all the materials you want. I'll happily construct another bridge, but I'm not going back in those woods until we have to.
So before you had the access to a lumber yard and a pile of wood that was pretty much already chopped and ready to be used to basically turn into this bridge. That is not something you have available to you at this point. Just as a point of order.
What if we just cut some logs and slid them across the gap?
We could try.
I mean, the bridge is quite a ways back.
Oh, I suppose I should have done. Hold on.
I still could swear that the Crescent Aisle map showed only one more bridge. Doggone it. All right, what do you need to build this bridge? Or can we throw a rope across and, guide ourselves across it? Hello?
I don't know. Is it?
Can our owl friend help us find any materials?
She does not carry an axe.
Can anybody levitate or fly or carry us across?
Oops, hold on. Babbage is just not wanting to be friendly at this point. Or not be helpful.
I open my haversack and I just start inventorying and rummaging and doing my own thing.
Can Babbage make us a motor and maybe a little helicopter?
Brian's always giving me a bunch of crap.
Oh, am I?
What's the gap? Can anybody jump that gap? Well, how many feet is that gap?
I am checking right now.
24 feet.
11. Strength score.
My whisper mic.
Yeah. The running star, I can jump 15 feet horizontally.
So to the south is where we came from. To the north is a cave entrance. There's a dead end on the other side, so even if we went in and out the window, we wouldn't be able to jump across. Can we jump across that little gap? I can't tell what that means.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Well,
there says a cave entrance on one side and a dead end on the other.
Right. So yeah, this is a cave entrance. There's no like this. This is the small this is the closest point you see between this like massive. You're basically being confronted with like another island in front of you. As like.
But if we walked up to here to look at the cave entrance, what do we see?
It's basically it just. It's basically like there's more woods that goes beyond that and behind it, much more like what you've been into. But in this point, there seems to be like an earthen cave that actually that looks like
So
it
it
goes
can't
down
go
into the ground.
around to the dead end.
No. You can tell by looking into this crevasse that like this appears to be like a massive gaping hole between here and the other island. So yeah, you can tell looking at this way that the cave
So
entrance
the only
doesn't.
way to get across is going to be across this bridge.
It would appear so, yes. And
And
I
can
just
you
I just
climb
put the word
down
dead
and
end.
up?
I
What's
just put
down below there? Can we tell?
clouds.
What's down in here? Just clouds?
Yeah.
And there's some spider webs on both sides, right?
Some, yes, there are spider
There's
webs. You do
there's
see
spider webs
some
here
spider
and there's
webs here.
spider webs here.
Yes.
How about those spider nets? Do you think we could put those across this gap? Is it strong enough?
That would involve provoking the beast we didn't want to see in the first place.
We could kill him and still steal his nets. Can any of us strong enough to jump the gap?
I am not. My furthest jump is 15. I feel like
I mean, I could cast Longstrider a couple times if I needed to, but that's not a guarantee. Is that a
So,
roll or is that set in stone?
While you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, Babbage has been
So what
puttering away inside of his haversack, and after about 5 minutes or so of this discussion, he produces from it a device. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, Mike. He produces from it a device that has a handle and a mechanical box on top of it, and then poking out of either end is the head of barb from a crossbow bolt or an arrow. He then quietly saunters to the edge of the bridge. Excuse me.
I
He
step up
holds it.
behind him curiously.
He holds it above his head. He flicks a little trigger, and cables dart out from it in both directions, in front and behind him. One embedding itself into this column here, and the other one embedding itself into this column over here.
And what's in between?
And then I then zipline across to here. Turn and face Canadin, and I say, "You guys happy now?"
I nod in respect. I'm like, all right. So
Bellarmine?
then what I'll do?
You notice the statues on the corners of the bridge start to move.
Phenomenal. Oh, I'm so glad that happened. I got so pompous. That's great.
Would I notice that from here?
Babbage,
You're too but at the moment you're too fascinated with the fact that you're currently like your friend. The only person that notices that the statues start to move is Bellarmine.
What about the owl? Because he's got a pretty good.
Yeah, no, the owl would notice too. I'm not sure how it would communicate that to you. It's probably
Telepathically.
Yeah.
Well, but there's 4 statues, right? Not just 2?
Correct.
And all 4 of them are becoming
You notice
alive?
these are moving. Actually, no, Canadin, as you're fascinated by this, your spear starts to vibrate.
Oh,
And you can all roll initiative.
enemies around.
Oh, I gotta clear this. Clear. Nope, I'm not ready. I gotta pull up my. What? There we go. didn't that work?
If you could do one for the owl.
Oh, yep.
The owl rolled a 7.
Got it. Give me a second. Well, that works. Cool. Paladin's up.
I'm going to command Paladin to grab hold of the Gap Closer 2000
Okay.
and use his movement to bring it across the other side of the bridge,
Got it.
which is 30 feet.
Yep.
I see 5 of these, and there wasn't any statue
Oh,
down
whoops.
there.
Sorry, I don't know where that one came from. There's only
Okay.
4. I don't know what the heck happened there. That was weird.
So Paladin arrived next to Canaan with the Gap Closer in tow.
Got it. Okay.
I, for some reason, don't see use token on there, but I did roll initiative and I was selected.
Huh. What did you roll?
I also don't
17.
see.
All right, hold on. 17. Get.
So maybe we all ought to zip line across, so we only have to deal with 2 of these.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, these things. It's a nice thought. And then these 2 take off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure gargoyles can fly.
Where's my?
Well, I didn't know what they were. They just said the statue started moving.
Nope. Why is my? This is all weird. This one picks up the fly and lands here. This one picks up the fly and lands here.
Wait, where are they going?
Hmm?
It's not their... Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's their turn after Paladin. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't move it. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, no, it's all good. They all come to me? Oh, jeez. That's what I get for being smug. That'll hit. Okay.
Can I cast Sanctuary on Babbage?
When it's your turn, you're up. So all 4 gargoyles sort of break open, take off, and just descend on Babbage and are just tearing him up. You're up.
Is it safe to assume that they flew, right?
They did. They all got up and flew to him.
Very clearly flew and
Yes,
landed.
they all got up and flew, and these 2 are actually sort of hovering while still chomping on Babbage.
That's fair.
Well,
Boy,
I was gonna thorn whip you out of danger, but I'm afraid
I'm
I'm
glad
gonna
Mike nerfed these from actual gargoyles.
Well, I guess I'll use bonus action and I'll shapeshift starry form.
Okay.
So that's... Now I've used both charges for the day.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're gonna undo the crit?
Yeah, that crit was a 9.
Got it. All right, so you get 8 hit points back. I'll allow it.
Oops, that was the wrong direction.
All right, so your starry form. Do you get to shoot it? No, you can't shoot at the same time. What are you doing with your action?
No. Action. Kind of tough with our dear friend right in the middle.
Are these considered creatures?
Everything's a creature. Or every living thing is a creature. So
You would
yes.
know, Bellarmine, that these are considered elementals.
Which is a creature type.
Yes.
Elemental, huh?
What are they? Earth elemental?
They
Hey
are.
guys,
I mean,
these are
yeah,
elementals.
they're moving stone is what they are.
I mean, you're the DM, but that's interesting.
Yes. And Babbage or Bellarmine announces that they are elementals for the
Question:
knowledge of the group.
If I were to cast Call Lightning right here,
Yes.
where it specifically said, because I just want to make sure I'm not about to nuke my friend,
Go ahead. And, let's see.
and it says each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a Dex saving throw.
Yes.
That includes Babbage Charles, right?
I mean, if you drop it on Babbage to hit everybody, then yes.
Well, I mean, there'd be no point in dropping it anyway.
I mean, you could drop it past. You could hit 2 of them without hitting Babbage.
Yeah. You can either hit 2 or all 4 plus me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could
Or 3
potentially
plus
give
me.
you a very good saving throw, but you would
That's
still
true.
take half. You would still take half damage.
You might be able to hit 3 if you go to the northwest.
It's within 5 feet.
Yeah, no.
If he's hitting 3, he's hitting 4.
Yeah.
Too early for Call Lightning. I will. Okay. I will cast Long Stride. Hold on. Can I do that? Is that a touch?
That's a touch spell, I think.
Oh, but I can use the owl to deliver that.
You can.
That's true.
Then
The
I'm
owl
roll-
acts independent of you, so you could do that on the owl's turn. Well, how does that work, Mike?
Yeah. If I can use it to deliver a touch spell, but it has a separate turn, does that mean I cast it and then it's frozen until the owl's turn? Like as a held action?
Yeah, that's gonna be how that. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna rule it for now until I'm told otherwise.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to damage the gargoyles, but chaos magic, nature magic is too unpredictable. So I'm gonna ready action.
Here we go. Here we
Come on.
go. When you cast a spell with range of touch, your familiar can deliver the spell as if it had cast the spell. Your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, and it must use its reaction to deliver the spell when you cast it.
Oh, so no, that is right now.
Oh, but it would have to be in range. So if it were standing next to me, then you could use it.
So you have to
can't
set
move,
it
'cause
up essentially.
Yeah, you can set it. It's still. It could do it
I
on
see.
your turn, and it's using its reaction, but it can't use its movement.
So I could hold the action to cast it, and then on the owl's turn, then cast it, right?
Yeah, that'll work.
Which kind of helps, but kind of doesn't, because that's still one more turn that you're in the middle there.
But that happens before the monsters go again.
Yes.
All right, I'll do that. I'll give you Long Strider.
Okay. On the owl's turn, but
Yes.
you got it.
You're
Okay.
giving me Long Strider?
Yeah.
Alrighty. It's an interesting turn.
Canadan, what are you
Well, I
doing?
figured the extra movement helps you get across the rope that much more quickly.
I can only cast one spell per round, right?
Correct. So everybody understands the way that he got across was that a mechanism that he was grabbing that like moves across the cable, and Paladin took that mechanism
Paladin took it back.
Yeah, Paladin.
And it's right by me now.
Yeah,
Oh, so giving him extra move doesn't do anything then?
that's why I was like, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah,
I-
just
the only-
if you're
in context of the game, I didn't really explain what I was doing. I just
Yeah.
did it and was smug about it, so that's fine. That you're.
But I watched you do it, so I know what I know. how
Canadan
you went
understands
over
what
it.
happened. He like grabbed a thing and rode it across, and then Paladin.
Yep.
I mean, you watch
Paladin-
Paladin ride the thing back.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And I never know for sure if I can handle my weight.
So this being my turn now, if I were to ride that over, would I be able to,
Be able to what?
in a spot over here without knocking Babbage off?
You could plop yourself here. That's fine.
I'm
You can
no
move.
longer on the rope. I'm standing on the bridge.
You could.
Yeah, but would you be like
You
close
can
enough where
move.
if I would
You
just
can
whack
move
you?
through his space. You just can't stand your turn.
Okay.
Turn there. But hold on though. Did you want to? You haven't done anything with your action still.
I'm trying to figure out if it's Munchkin to want to retract Longstrider, but I don't think I would know. I would just assume, oh, he moved, therefore Longstrider helps.
I mean, if you as the Jeff didn't understand what had happened earlier, but your character would, then I'm happy to retract what happened.
Okay, I'd like to, as long as it's not.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Then, if that's the case, I'm going to use a... okay, I'm going to move here, and I'm
Okay.
going to attack this guy with a Thorn Whip to try to pull him away, so that when he does move, hopefully it's one less attack of opportunity.
Yeah, do it.
against him.
That works. That'll connect. For 7.
One of them moved.
That's because
Tournament.
so you see the Furblog like throw out a vine that he manifests with magic that wraps around the leg of the gargoyle and pulls it toward him, so that it is now pulled into the middle of the gap.
How are these things hovering in air, or are they
Yep.
flying
I mean,
to a spot and then
like,
landing?
No, those two were hovering, like flapping their wings, like hovering, and the one you just grabbed is still. I mean, you've pulled it back, but it's still hovering, sort of at the same height as the rest of you.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay.
My turn?
All right. Yes. Go ahead, Gannon.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, mimicking what Babbage did, I'm going to zip line on over.
Okay.
And put
So
myself here.
Mechanically,
Yeah.
it uses it uses your movement, but you can move up to 50 feet across the cable. So it doesn't
That's
use
fine.
your movement value, but it uses like your move action.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fine. Now, is there a mechanic for shoving or throwing an ally?
Shoving or throwing what again?
An ally. I want to shove Babbage this way. Come on, make the thing.
What, to the left?
Yeah, to the left. Sorry, I'm trying. My mouse is being funny.
Not really. No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's pushing. You
You can
treat me like
shove, but
you would treat me like a creature.
I think you can only. I mean, I don't know.
Now, okay, so if I have another way to possibly do it, if we can figure out
Yeah,
how
you can move him 5 feet, basically.
Oh, there's another owl.
I missed something.
Okay, so I can throw him 5 feet, or if I make contact with him.
Oh, you can push him 15 feet away from you. Okay.
Flurry of blows, I can push him 15 feet. Is there any way I can use that without damaging? I have an idea, but I want to know.
So, I mean, you would be striking him to knock him back 15 feet. You could make it non-lethal so that, like, if you actually did somehow reduce him to 0 damage, he wouldn't start actually dying. He would just be unconscious, essentially. But you can't do that without inflicting damage to him.
Without damaging.
Because you're physically striking him to knock him back the 15 feet.
Okay.
You can't apply enough force to move him 15 feet without also hurting him, basically.
Alright, well then I'm going to just start attacking around me. This guy first.
Which one, sorry? I was looking away.
Lower left.
Lower left.
Okay,
the 14
Gnomes
does...
are size small, right? I can occupy Canaan in space.
Right between his feet.
Small?
They are size small. My question is, does that mean I can occupy?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, so we can both stand in the same square.
Okay.
Does that 14 connect?
Does not.
Wait.
Okay, I will.
Wait.
It might. Hold on.
Oh, are you wooing or wheeling? I don't know, wooing.
Cosmic Omen.
Haha! So it's a 16 now?
Yeah.
It connects now.
Ah,
7
7.
damage.
Okay, I'm gonna swing again.
That'll connect.
1. Take that 9.
9. Okay.
I'm going to unarmed strike. Use a key point. Flurry of
Flurry of
blows.
Okay.
Same guy, lower left.
The 15 does not connect.
Connect. I'm gonna miss. 13 does not connect. My fists have failed me.
All
You
four
only get one
still.
reaction to use, right?
Say again. Yes.
I can only.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you use your reaction to do that, yeah, your reaction is now burned until your next turn. Babbage.
I've made a tiny, huge mistake.
Canada just moved you so he can click on his own token if he needs to.
Fair enough.
Actually, let's do this.
So, Babbage is gonna do some stuff that he hasn't done in a while.
You missed me.
No, you're next. You're the bottom of the order. There's a lot going on. A lot of people doing stuff with their turns. So, no, you're next, Bellarmine.
Well, I thought Babbage got himself into this because he zip-lined across.
He did, but then everybody rolled initiative because that's what triggered everything.
Oh, I see.
So the first thing Babbage is gonna do is cast Mirror Image on himself.
Okay.
And then he's going to melee strike this gargoyle with the shield and net. All right. He's then going to cower between Caden's legs.
Got it. Okay. Bellarmine, you are up.
How far can I move?
30 feet, unless you're going to use your action to also move, in which case you can move 60.
Now, where's 30 feet put me? About here?
Hold on. We gotta teach you to use the moving feature.
Bless us all.
Yeah, there.
All right. Now, what's the distance from there to this space over here?
Where there you go. 45, 50, roughly? Unless, yeah.
Because I wanna cast something, but I don't know how far I can do it.
What spell do you want to cast?
I want to cast Guardian of Faith next to Babbage.
Let's see. Let's take a look at this spell here.
Duration is like 8 hours, and it.
Well, there should be what's the range? 30 feet.
30 feet.
Well, let's see. Any creature hostile to you that moves a large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration of occupied space and shows you can see within range.
There's an occupied space of your choice that you can see within range, an unoccupied space.
Yeah, so 30 feet would be your... yeah, you can get it to there.
So if I extended my walk, would I still be able to cast that spell?
Unfortunately, no.
Ah, shit. It's too bad. Let's see. What about banishment? 60 feet I can cast banishment.
Yep.
And can I cast it on this floaty one? Or maybe on the one next to Babbage? This one here.
You can cast it. You're close enough to any of them. You can cast it on whichever one you want.
Then I'm going to cast it on the upper, the northwest one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. If you could click that to cast it, I believe I need to make a what kind of saving throw do I need to make?
It's just a charisma save or be banished, and it's concentration.
Oh, how come it doesn't list this? Oh, he probably didn't actually click the cast.
His spell save is 17.
Okay. Charisma, you said?
Yes.
Target remains there.
So did it work?
Ha! Good thing your spell sees you. 17, you said, right?
Yep.
That gargoyle is currently. Well, basically, I'm just gonna do this. Well, no, I won't. That gargoyle is
Vanished.
banished. Is currently blinked out of existence, essentially. For a little
Is
while
there
at
anything
least.
else I can do, or is that it?
You could throw up another.
Spiritual
Well, no, you're
weapon?
spiritual. No, you cast a spell, so you can't do spiritual weapons.
Yeah.
So
So,
no,
but I
that's
could shoot the crossbow.
your
Yeah, out of
action was
actions.
the spell. So I'm afraid you are probably out of Schlitz at this point. Although banishing the gargoyle was certainly.
He has bonus.
Yeah, but I don't know what he can do with it. Is what I'm saying.
That's true. He can only cast with his bonus, and he's already cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm done.
Huh. Wait a
But
second.
at least we got one of them out of there.
Give me a minute. Ah. Ha! If this, where is it? The target, let's see. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space that is left in your target space. Otherwise, the target doesn't return. So you still have to concentrate for a minute, but at the moment, it's in its home plane of existence. So you are concentrating on that. We'll put you a blue. Oh, we'll say purple. All right. So good. So okay. We'll see how that pans out. Fey Owl's not, or I'm sorry, Hugh is not doing. Who? I'm sorry, isn't doing anything.
Nope.
I gotta see if I can. Okay. Paladin.
Paladin moves and tugs on Yu's shirt, motioning to the zip line.
And what is you doing?
Oh, this is very bothersome to you.
Oh wait, it's over here.
I was
That's
gonna
why I
say,
drew it.
the zip line is unfortunately where Canaan
Oh.
is, so it's on the other side.
Fair.
Which begs the question: how do you get it back?
Well, can't Paladin zip it back?
If Paladin was over there.
Yeah, I guess
He
we
can
can't
cl-
retcon that.
He
I
can climb
should have
across.
thought of that, but I didn't
Nope.
because I was being smug.
He can climb across it though, can't he?
I mean, you could attempt to.
Mike has a solution in his head, but I'm not gonna let you all have to solve your own problems. You, what are you doing?
I would thorn whip it across, but I don't know if it could withstand the damage, which would be counterproductive.
I don't know if, well, I mean, that's up to you if you think you would think about that or not. Actually, anyway, yeah, go ahead. So what's you doing?
I'm going to.
Oh, I should have rolled attack rolls. I guess I could have, in theory, just kept attacking until I got it in. I was so pleased that I built it, I forgot to roll the attack rolls.
Where
to
are the
pair
bad
it
guys
with
in the
the
Oh,
turn
pillars.
that's
order? 'Cause
fine.
I can't
Jim?
see it for some reason.
What are you looking for?
Jim,
Yes?
What's
Did
the initiative
Christina-
roll for the enemies?
did Christina just send a link to a Facebook thing, or is it a hack?
Oh,
Stand by.
it went away because hold on, let's see if it brought it back. I deleted the token that it was assigned to. What was it? What was there? They were early in the order.
Did you send it on
I
Facebook?
think so. Yeah.
No,
So
sent it to a text.
I think they went before me. That's why.
yeah, they did. You're right. Hold on, I gotta add them back in because It's the problem with deleting the one token. Yeah, no, you're right. They did. They were
Says
after. They
someone
were
named
after Paladin,
Christina
as I
sent a
recall.
link
Yeah. So
on
so
Facebook, but I deleted it because I didn't trust it.
Okay, so the gargoyles, you're right. At this point, are actually going to go next. I'm going to move this out of the way for now. Nope, to front. Hey, Canadian.
My guess is that she's asleep,
Yes.
but I don't know that.
Miss. What's the charisma?
That was the save against the banishment spell.
Got it.
The monk is able to handle a bunch of gargoyles biting at him with little
Why
issue.
are there? Hang on.
Oh,
Why
whoops.
are there
Sorry, the
4
fourth one.
buttons?
Yeah, no, this one's. I had to. You're right. There should only be 3. So,
So
technically,
that 10 is the attack roll for next round of combat for that first
Sure. I was actually gonna make it the 17, but sure. Here we're gonna. Can I just move you?
It doesn't matter. I'm just being silly.
Okay, that's moved to the GM later now instead of it being gone. Okay, now you're up, you. So the gargoyles all moved back in to attack Canaan. And none
So
of
which
them were
ones have been
successful.
damaged? I know that one I hit with a thorn whip.
That one's hit with the thorn whip. This one was punched by Canaan a bunch, and this one has not been damaged. And then there's the one that is no longer there. Went
All right.
pop.
I'm going to.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this: if I thorn whip this one away from Canaan, would that give him an attack of opportunity?
No, because you're forcing its movement. It's not it moving away.
Force movement, not. Okay.
Yep.
If these things were ground based, I could cast Spike Growth and get really nasty with it. But
This one's on the ground.
Well, that
Or
one's
it's on the
banished.
bridge. This one.
But I mean, they all have wings, so it's
This
kind
one's
of
banished.
They can't move until their own turn. Can't move as a reaction.
yeah. But if I cast that spell this turn, I would have to wait another turn to actually use the Thorn Whip, and they could easily be up in the air again. So I'm going to Thorn Whip this one.
That's the weakest one, I think.
Yeah,
What's the range on that spell?
30.
Nope.
No, that's too far.
35.
Oh, I guess.
You guys do that measurement thing. I haven't figured that one out yet.
In the upper left, where the cursor icon is, there's
All
a
right.
little icon that looks like a comb or a ruler. And when you have that active, you draw distance
Wait, is
markers.
it 30 feet?
And when you have your cursor active, you can grab things.
There you
Just
go.
out of reach. I don't suppose I can move any. I can't take a step ahead on that little overhang, right?
No.
All right, I will go after the same one I did before then.
Okay. Thorn whipped. That'll hit. Boink.
There's a pop-up window that's preventing me from rolling the damage.
I'll do it for you then.
Why is that doing
Oops,
that?
that's not. Wrong button. 10.
Is the owl flying?
Skeksis
and then I'm
is
gonna,
bored is what that is.
Bonus
I'm in a
action.
castle.
Can you roll that? I have this weird pop-up window that's showing the tooltip damage. It's persistent, and it's not.
That's annoying.
Well, I'm going to refresh the whole window.
The starry formed Furblog fires an arrow of ethereal light that punctures into the gargoyle that then falls into pieces into the abyss.
Word? That seems like it was too easy.
So it's a neat little whip towards it and then blaster to the face.
Cannon, you're up.
Okay. I'm just gonna attacky. Same one I did last time.
Okay. Bottom left.
11.
19 and the 11 will dispatch it.
And then I turn and what spot am I? I'm in this spot?
Yeah. You and I are in the same
Okay.
space.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, and then I turn around and use my remaining second attack for 15.
That does
will
not connect.
Yeah. And then I will again flurry of blows.
Yep.
So for unarmed strikes.
Nope.
Meh.
Yes.
Punchy 70.
Your fist meets stone.
But his fists are magical.
But his fists are magical, so it's able to. It still breaks off a chunk of it. Babbage.
Okay.
Did you punch the wing so it can't fly anymore?
He did, and yet it's somehow still flying.
The Babbage is going to.
Throw a bomb. Throw a bomb.
I don't have any more bombs. But I am going to burn it. I extend my for crying out loud. I extend my hands out and emit jets of flame, which do only 6 damage to it because it saved my deck save.
So I have a question.
Okay.
If I cast Guardian of Faith now, I have to stop concentrating on banishment. Is that correct?
If the Guardian one is a
Guardian of Faith is not concentration.
Okay, good.
Um,
It says duration.
I don't know that it's necessary. Well, I can't say that. Do what you want.
I mean, at this point, I don't know if you. Well, you may be able to reach it next turn, but hold on, let me see. Sorry. Okay. Babbage, are you all done? Oh, dang it, Max.
Well, I don't want to move and provoke, so well, I guess I got.
You got mirror image on.
I got mirror image on. I'm feeling zipliney. Bzzz.
All right. So now what happens?
With mirror image?
Yeah.
Oh,
I like how all the rolls that I used to actually hit you would also have hit Canaan. I just never.
yeah. Roll a d20. Okay, I have to roll a d20. And if I roll a 6 or higher, it attacks a duplicate.
Got it.
Okay, so I only have 2 duplicates left.
Got it. Okay, so you're fine. It hit you, but it didn't hit you.
So it hits me. Its AC equals 10 plus my Dex mod. Which is
21 definitely hits.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's less than my AC.
Bellarmine.
Right, so it just poofs off a mirror image, and I'm safe and fine, and back with the zipline.
I go to the bridge.
Okay. I mean, you can go onto the space as Paladin. He's very tiny.
Nope. Nope, now it's still doing it. Hang on.
You got to change it back to cursor.
Yes.
You still have it on the ruler.
No.
There you go.
Now, can I cast Guardian of Faith right next to this gargoyle?
Hold on a second. Let me read this spell.
I mean, yes, you can. You can put it anywhere within 30 feet.
And won't it be able to attack that?
It doesn't really attack. It reacts to a creature entering its space.
Into
like 10 feet. If a creature moves within 10 feet of wherever you place the Guardian responds by dealing 20 radiant damage to it, and it'll do this up to 3 times before it disperses.
So it only would work if he moved, right?
Correct. Guardian of Faith is the kind of thing you like. You put at the door of the tomb, so then you enter in and it protects your.
I get it. I get it.
Like a sentinel.
I'm just trying to think of something.
That's fair.
Who's damaged the most here?
Definitely Babbage.
So, and the highest damage healing spell I have is what? Cure Wounds?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
So let me cast that on Babbage.
Okay.
Oh, appreciate it, Bellarmine.
And now, can I shoot the crossbow?
No.
I'm afraid casting Cure Wounds was your action for your turn.
All right, but that's fine. That's what I wanted to do. That.
Very good. Who? The owl. I'm assuming he's not doing much.
Who?
Nope. Paladin?
Paladin is going to be commanded to sit atop of the zip line and follow it wherever it goes with whomever takes it there.
Got it. Okay. For whatever reason, I roll terrible when I'm going up against the guy who has a gigantic AC, so that gargoyle doesn't do squat. You!
Well, it's better for the plot. It's more accurate to what we're doing.
The monk is definitely able to avoid these stone claws and bites.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yep.
Same combo. Sorry, I'm reloading my character window for reloading.
So Thorn Whipped, and then
Yep.
Starry Form.
We must
Wait,
be
am I
close
close
to
enough?
Dead Watch. I thought that
I'm
last
close.
bridge was the last bridge.
The 12 will not connect.
Actually, it will as a crit.
I was wondering when someone was going to finally use when you're going to use that. All right,
It
so
is now
Thorn Whip
20.
crits. Got it.
So, what? Just roll an extra d6 for damage?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or just hit the. Yeah, just roll another d6. So it'll be
A straight up d6, right?
Yeah, just another.
No bonus?
You just roll the
d6.
yeah,
Yep.
you roll the dice twice.
So that's
11.
11. It's pulled toward you. And yet again, your starry ethereal arrow punctures through the stone, and it also falls into the abyss. And outside
Everything
of
is seemingly dead.
everything seemingly gone, Bellarmine is concentrating this thing out of existence. But there's
One
nothing
is still
really.
banished. Yeah.
Yeah, it's banished. But after about a minute of, I mean, at this point, nothing's going to stop you from concentrating on it. So after about a minute, you just sort of
I
don't
slap
have to.
him on the back. Good job. No, I'm just kidding.
And the gargoyle reappears, and it's like, oh, thanks for doing my job.
Anyway, as I was
Yeah.
trying to say, I have a solution for getting us across the bridge.
I wave at you guys from over here.
So I zipline back again with Paladin. Zzz. And then I instruct Paladin to return it.
Where did I go?
Oh, I forgot that I can move your token too. Sorry.
All right. So now, do I zip line?
You can.
All right. So I did.
So, important note that you'll realize is that there's a button that they're pressing to actually activate the thing. So if you'd actually tried to Thorn Whip and pull it, you probably would have just ripped the thing out of its. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I will gather up the Gap Closer 2000 and retract its cables. And then I'll show it off. Look what I made.
Yeah, we already know we used it.
Oh. Oops. There we go. I got to get rid of my gargoyles that are no longer there. Okay.
So I have a question, Mike.
Yes.
The lightning engine is what powers the Gap Closer.
Right.
I can only have 2 affect engines active at any given time.
Right.
If I remove the lightning engine from the Gap Closer, does it simply not function, or does it get dismantled and I have to recraft it with new scrap?
I'm gonna say you're a smart enough architect that you have a way of just like taking the battery out of it.
Okay, that was essentially what I was. It's not holding it together. It's just powering
Yes,
it.
it is power. You are smart enough to have constructed it in such a way that you could just have it like attach and detach.
Fair.
It's not like a core to the thing's physical stability.
Cool. That answers that.
And I tell everybody something.
Which is
Well, we were coming down from the Rushlands. There was supposed to be 3 bridges. The last bridge would have been the last one that crossed over into Deadwatch. But this bridge appeared out of nowhere, so I don't understand.
Wasn't 3 bridges just the name of the area on the map where there were 3 bridges? Didn't we already get past that? And this could just be another bridge along the path?
Bridge, and that was the last one we crossed that went over the stream.
I don't think
So
I don't think that counts in the world of the 3 bridges region.
Okay, because that would have been the 4th bridge, so we should have been in Deadwatch. So I'm just relaying that information.
That would be my guess.
Okay.
I used to have a map of this area. I don't know what happened to it.
Well, it's there. It's called the Crescent Aisle, isn't it?
Yeah, but that appears to only be in your journal, is what I'm saying.
And so
I had it, and now it's been removed.
Can I give him? Can I give him a copy?
Yeah, there it is.
Yay! There it is. I was looking for that.
So, yeah, I would venture a wager that the small wooden bridge over the river is not one of the 4 stone bridges on this map.
Oh, reality trumps maps, but it's just saying the map may not be accurate.
I think that this gap we just crossed is the gap that leads to Deadwatch.
Yeah. Well, we may be in Deadwatch now. That's all.
Right. I would say that was probably that bridge there. Yeah, bottom left of the map.
Well, where it says path goes on this way, that's where we should head because there's no other way to go.
Yeah, I agree. We should follow the path.
very good. So, I mean, the terrain actually around here is very similar to what you were dealing with on the other side of the bridge, but it so you move somewhat into dark woods again, although much to Babbage's relief, there are not creepy crawlers everywhere.
Oh, thank goodness.
And it is 11:30, so we are going to pause here, but I will...
But if we left the zip line up, won't the creepy crawlers be able to go across it?
I didn't leave the zip line up.
Oh, there's one there showing.
Well, Mike didn't remove his white line, but
Is it?
I did state that I retracted
Oh,
and took
God.
it with me.
Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah,
You're not on the token layer. There you go.
So it is 11:30, so I'm not going to start us now, but we will pre-watch. We will pre-set by saying that this is where you end up.
Don't I have a don't I have a circle of light?
I have to keep adding it whenever we switch maps. But if
Is it bigger than the circle of light that's showing?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
All right,
It's
no
exactly
problem.
the same.
Yeah, I just was checking.
Well, this is ominous and terrible. This is like a giant cemetery.
Gee.
Well, it is called Deadwatch.
Fair.
You gotta watch
Great
out for the
place to
dead.
make camp.
And this asset was added on top of this map image, so clearly it's like when you're watching an anime and one of the rocks is like not as
True color.
detailed, so you know something's gonna happen to it.
Wait, which asset? What are you looking at?
The statue asset.
Ah. Right. Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
the game.
Perhaps we crash
No,
for
I
the
get
night
you.
back over by the bridge. It's a little creepy over here.
Well, is it nighttime when we're breaking?
It is. It is toward evening. Yes. You're getting close. You're like an hour away from dusk.
Are we on a time constraint?
I
It's not like when we
can't
went
play
to the
things
Iron
like
Outpost where we had like
Oh.
a thing to do before somebody got murdered. Like, I don't remember.
that. No, I don't believe we're on a time constraint for this one.
All right. I mean, I'm sure that there's a hidden clock that's progressing events by Mike's management of the campaign that we are not privy to, but our characters were not given a timeline with which to go to Deadwatch.
No.
Right.
No, your characters recall that nobody's being held hostage in this situation. So
I'm sure
with
Mike
that,
has predefined, like, if they don't get all the artifacts in 48 days, then something happens.
and with that, we'll say goodnight to the internet.
Goodbye, the internet.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, the internet.
Hopefully